All right, welcome to the video. This video will be about oncogenes and tumor suppressor genes. So before we learn about an oncogene, let's talk about proto-oncogenes. So proto-oncogenes are going to promote normal cell proliferation and division. This is key because what happens is those proto-oncogenes are going to be influenced by a mutation. And then that mutation is going to transform a proto-oncogene into an oncogene. And if it's able to maintain this permanent state of uncontrolled growth from the mutation, it's going to be in this oncogenic state. So on the other hand, there's tumor suppressor genes, and these are acting against um, oncogene uncontrolled growth. So the function of tumor suppressor genes is they're functioning to slow down the rate a cell is proliferating at. However, a loss of function for a tumor suppressor gene can hurt their function because they're not able to slow the mutation and the uncontrolled growth down. So what is an example of an oncogene? A good example could be the BRAF gene. The BRAF gene is going to encode for a protein called BRAF. It's going to help send signals that promote cellular proliferation. Unfortunately, BRAF genes can be mutated. Things like SNPs, etc., can manifest in uncontrolled cell growth and cancer, fortunately. So these BRAF mutations have a direct link with a very unfortunate cancer called melanoma, which is the cancer of melanocytes. And melanocytes, think of melanin. These things are giving us pigment. So it's the cancer of melanocytes. So now let's talk about the difference between a somatic mutation and a germline mutation. So a somatic mutation is going to be contained to a single generation just in one person's life. It's not going to be able to be inherited between generations. So think of getting skin cancer directly from overexposure to the sun. Those environmental factors are just going to last you one generation. You're most likely not going to pass those down. On the other hand, there's a thing called germline mutations, and these can be inherited and passed down through generations. However, it's good to know, or not necessarily good, but it's important to know that over 90% of cancers are somatic, while up to 10% are germline, meaning they can be inherited and passed through generations. This has some connotations, meaning cancer has environmental factors that can have this somatic mutation. So the last thing is we're just going to show the BRAF in this little schematic right here. So we're going to have a normal cell signal source with the BRAF. It's going to help that signal transduction in the cell. It's going to allow for normal cell proliferation and growth, right? But what's going to happen is, say this BRAF gene, it's going to be mutated with a gain of function mutation, right? So it's going to uncontrollably grow. So that normal signal source is going to be thrown out the window. It's going to be out of control. It's going to send those signals to nucleus, and there's going to be way, way, way too much growth, which is going to be that cancer, which is going to manifest in that melanoma right here. All right, well, I hope this was helpful, and thank you.